Hey, how are you doing? Hope all is well. So, I am helping my girlfriend today who owns an Airbnb. I have several of them and I help get them ready for the next guests and get them restaged. And I was thinking about how so many times when we're presenting ourselves to the world, we present ourselves as everything's great. And maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe you don't have a job. Maybe you're doing this, that, and the third to make ends meet. Maybe you're up until 2 o'clock in the morning planning, preparing, and putting things together so that tomorrow you have everything you need. These are the things that people don't see, but it's real easy for us to be in a situation where it's like, I've got it all together. It has to look this way. If it doesn't look this way, nobody's going to want to buy in. Nobody's going to want to see what we're doing. And I think that's so important, at least for me, to be transparent and really kind of talk about some of the things that have taken place and how, excuse me, I used to be of the mindset that somehow, oh, these things are happening to me. I got divorced because of this, that, and the third, or, I had to move out of my place because of my job and the rent changing, and when they didn't renew my contract and my job, that's so unfair, that's so this, that's so that. When the man stepped in front of my car and just threw my life into a spiral, all of this is because of all these outside things happening. And the reality, they are not outside. They're not outside of me. They were created by me. They were manifested by me. So in my relationship that I ended up getting a divorce from with my now ex-husband, I came to the table somebody that didn't have a voice, it didn't stand up and didn't do what was necessary for myself. I didn't treat myself right. And so when I woke up and it was time that I'm like, enough, I need to be alive, I couldn't tolerate it anymore. I couldn't be in a situation where we were not connected properly. No fault to him, no fault to me. It just was a creation of an experience of both of us being in a certain mindset. Mindsets change, people change, experiences change. You wake up to these things and you change. Same thing with my place. I could have stayed there. I could have figured out a way to bring in the capital that I needed and made it possible. I didn't see that outlet. I saw it as I have to go. That's how I chose to see it. That's how I chose to walk through it. And I saw it as an opportunity, as a life-changing, a time to change what was going on around me, time to do things. And there's a powerful responsibility and reward in that. If I take responsibility for that and I say I created that, then the reward is I recognize that I'm creating the things that are taking place around me. Same thing with my job. I can attest to one of my girlfriends who I worked with saying, why do you keep saying this? Why do you keep saying this? And I'm like, what do I keep saying? It's like, well, if I'm here next year. Well, I'm here next year. Well, if we're here next year. If I'm here next year. If I'm still here. And it's like, why do you keep saying that? I'm like, because I don't know where I'm going to be next year. So I'm creating this. I'm sitting up and saying, within myself, my spirit is saying, enough is enough. This is enough. So when what I'm thinking in here and in here is mirrored by what's coming at me, it's much easier to say them, versus no, I created this. I'm doing this. Because the fear of really stepping out and doing what I was supposed to do and be the author, be the speaker, be the entrepreneur, get in there and fail and succeed and fail and succeed and be willing to put myself out there in faith means a lot. Just like when the man stepped in front of my car. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely horrendous. It opened up a Pandora's box for me and I had to deal with a lot of emotions, a lot of things that were taking place within my life. But at the same time, I had been wanting the front of my car fixed. I had wanted the bumper repainted. I had wanted a scratch removed and been saying every time I wash my car, I can't wait to get this fixed. I'm going to get this fixed. I'm going to get this fixed. I'm going to get this fixed. And somehow that man and I aligned. And whatever he was asking for, in that moment that I showed up in the street and he stepped in front of my car, he was asking for things, and what we were asking for aligned. We're creating these things. We are the ones that are creating these things. So when I'm standing here and I'm telling you I'm a multimillionaire, and I am a dynamic speaker, and I am a dynamic author, and I am a dynamic trainer and coach and healer, I am these things. And when I sit up and I claim it for myself, it feels like I'm being over the top and I'm being a little presumptuous and grandiose. But the reality is that those feelings of feeling like that is ego saying, you're not enough. Be scared. You can't do it. It's not for you. Which is the lie, right? Because the reality is we all have exactly what it takes to be dynamic, to create the world that we want, and to create the experience we want to experience. We all have the tools available to us. Now, we might not know them. We may not have been exposed to them yet. We may not be aware of them, but they're there. We are literally creating the experiences we have. And I'm pretty sure at some point you can think back to something where you really wanted to see somebody and they called, or you really wanted to do something and somehow it happened, or you really wanted something and it was like, nah, I don't know, but you know what? Forget it. And you got distracted and went on with life, and you were just like super excited about something, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, it happened. Like, I got this. I did this. Whether there was hard work and toil with it, or it appeared for you, or somebody, it manifested, it aligned. These things are in our control in terms of what we're doing. We really are the ones that are making this stuff happen. And I think that's important, is that when we sit up and start recognizing that we literally are thinking and feeling things into our lives or out of our lives. So the same thing of me sitting up and being like, I'm a dynamic author, I'm a dynamic speaker, I'm a dynamic coach, I'm a dynamic healer. And then back here, I'm thinking, nobody really watches these videos. Nobody's commenting. Nobody likes it. Nobody's following me. Rah, 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 rah. All of that is chopping my wings off. Like, I literally am deactivating that instead of empowering it. So as I become more aware of things and become really, really focused, because that's my thing right now, I'm super focused on me, getting to my goals, making the world that I'm creating more dynamic. Because if I do that, everybody wins. Do you get that? Like, if I become dynamic in this world, my life, you win. Because you get my best. And if you get my best, hopefully, if you get inspired by that, you become your best, which is going to impact your circle, your people. We win when we all win. And it's okay. There's enough for everybody. I have never had to sit up and be like, hold on, I gotta get air. I don't know there will be any oxygen in a few minutes because I don't know where the oxygen's coming from. It's an abundance of oxygen. We're all good. We got this. So, with that being said, take the time to look and be like, no, I created this. I'm the one that has been sitting, not running forward on the bench, not in the game. I'm the one. I'm responsible for that. I'm the one that is going to be that makes a decision in here to plant the seed in here and let it just grow and be powerful and feed it with all the excitement and joy and everything. And I'm going to be the one that gets to pick the fruit and enjoy the spoils of what I sowed and what I reap. So with that, I wish you an amazing harvest. Go say thank you to the earth. Go say thank you to the things in your life. Be thankful for the things that you have. I'm so grateful for all the things that are coming into my life and the things that I have had. And it just keeps getting better. And so I wish you an awesome day. And I'm sure I will see you in my car soon. Have a good one. Bye.